Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of Defy the Odds. I'm so excited that you're here. I am your host, Ashley Wilhite, and we are going to get into some really deep, vulnerable conversations today, which is one of my favorite things. So, ever since I announced about 11 days ago that I was burning my business to the ground, I have been doing a lot of reflecting and a lot of looking at why are the way they are in my life and my business, and what my role was in creating that, and who I need to be and how I need to be moving forward if I really want things to change. And there's a couple different pieces to this that I want to talk about with you. But the first one is something that I noticed on my walk this morning. So I was on my morning walk. I have a goal right now to walk 10,000 steps every day in June. So I was on my walk. I'm walking along Lake Michigan. There's not a cloud in the sky. It's bright blue. The sun is shining. It's like 65 degrees. It's so beautiful. And I'm walking and I notice a tightness in my chest and I notice this tension. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. Like, what is this about? And this is something that I've experienced before, but usually it happens when I'm stressed out or I'm in a high pressure situation. And so it was odd for me to be feeling this while I'm on my morning walk. And I sat with it for a little bit and I thought about like, what is this happening? Why is this happening? What is this about? And you know what I think it is? I think it's that I have an unconscious addiction to stress. I have been stuck in this cycle of pressure and stress and needing things to work and having to work really hard and being so afraid that it's not going to work and needing the money to come in and wanting the clients to sign and feeling this like grippy, tight energy for months and months and months and months that my body now associates that with normal. My body thinks that is how it is supposed to feel at all times. That is its default state. And oh my gosh, that is not what I want, right? So when I think about like, what do I want? What is this business in this life that I'm creating? And how do I want it to feel? I want it to feel like a sense of ease, a sense of calm, a sense of presence, feeling really grounded and having this like natural wisdom that just flows through me based off of my own experience and my own integration of things, right? So, like, what's the vibe that you want? What's the feeling? What's the energy that you're wanting to create? And is that what you're feeling now? Because for me, I have glimpses of that feeling, but now I'm recognizing how my default state is this restriction and this tightness and this anxiety and this fear. And so now my job is to notice when I'm in that current default state and shifting out of it consciously, making an intentional choice to come back to this feeling of calm and presence and gratitude and feeling so grounded and at peace with where I'm at and what I'm creating and where I'm going. And I had another realization last night that I want to share with you. I had posted something on Instagram and I found myself immediately like putting my phone down and then picking it right back up to check to see who's seen it, who's liked it, right? I don't know if any of you resonate with this, but it's like you're addicted to that validation, that recognition that somebody's seeing what you're doing, they're liking your work. And I was like, Ashley, we got to stop this, right? We cannot be relying on this external validation. We have to be the ones leading the way and staying in our own lane, which, oh my gosh, there's so much I want to say here. I recently saw someone saying that they don't like the term staying in your own lane, and they had their own reason for it. But to me, it just means that I know what I'm doing here. I know what my purpose is, what I'm creating, where I'm going, who I'm for, how I'm helping people. Like, I know what I'm doing. I've got a target or an end result in mind, and I am walking toward it. I'm not looking around at what everyone else is doing. I'm not getting distracted by things, right? I'm staying in my lane. So anyway, I was like, I've got to stay in my own lane. And then I had this realization that the more that I play in my line 6 energy, I'm a 6-2 projector. The more that I play in my 6th line energy, the better things go for me, the easier things feel for me, the more my audience grows, the more sales I make, the more money I make, right? And it's like the line 6 is the role model, right? So if you are the role model, what are you modeling? And are you showing up in a way, like, are you giving people something to watch? Are you giving them something to look at? It's almost like, are you putting on a show? But I don't mean in a performative way, but like, are you going out there and walking the walk so that they can see you, so that they can see what you are modeling and follow you? And it was like, oh, right. It's not about needing to check and see if they're watching. It's just get out there and walk your walk and let them watch you. And over the past 9 days, I've done a lot of um, clarity work around like, what is it that we're actually doing here? And I realized that I want to help people create a business that is in alignment, a business that is aligned and that creates financial overflow, that makes you a lot of money so that you can experience complete freedom in your life. And I want to help you become the person who has that business. I want to help you become the person who created that business, who runs that business, right? So, yes, this is about building a business. Yes, this is about making money, but really, we're doing all of that so that we have the freedom to do what we want with our lives, so that we have the freedom to impact more people, to travel the world, to support our families, to give back to our communities. And in the process, we are continuing to grow and evolve as humans to become the best version of ourselves, to become the version of us who can hold and run that 6-figure, multi 6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure business. So if that's my goal, if that's the target that I'm walking toward, am I modeling that? Stepping into my 6th line. Am I modeling what an aligned business looks like and feels like? Am I modeling how to create financial overflow? Am I modeling a life of complete freedom? And am I modeling how I am becoming that person who created all of this? When I realized this last night in my journal, I was like, oh, well, now it looks so simple. Now my job is literally every day to show up online and to model these 4 things: an aligned business, financial overflow, complete freedom, and becoming that person. And I get to do this in my content and in my stories and in my podcast and in my offers. And nothing else matters. It's all just extra noise, right? So this is what's been going on for me behind the scenes, is really getting clear on the work that I am here to do, what my mission is, and noticing how when I step into my 6th line role model energy, that becomes so simple, but also in the process, recognizing when I'm falling back into those old patterns and those old habits and that addiction to stress, and releasing that tension from my body and consciously choosing to stay in the frequency of ease and abundance and gratitude and flow. And knowing that the more that I stay there, I'm literally becoming an energetic match for the life and the business that I want. And there's no alternative except for the clients and the money to continue to flow in. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave us a review. Please rate this episode on iTunes or Spotify. And if you share this on Instagram or social media, please tag me at Ashley Wilhite Coaching so that I can see that you shared it. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.